Welcome to grade 11 Information and Communication Technology. We meet with yet another video lesson today. Before I start today's class, let me take some time to recall the things which we learned in the last class. We started to write programs from last class. In fact, we started to instruct the computer by giving some commands from last class. In the last class, we had an introduction for programming, and also we introduced a programming language called PASCAL, and even we started to write some basic programs in PASCAL programming languages. We were able to display a text message on the screen by instructing the computer. So we gave some instruction to computer responded with some messages on the screen. So I have explained some fundamental things in PASCAL, and I also explained some of the rules to be followed in PASCAL, which we call syntax. So hope you had some time and watched that particular video, and you have understood those commands and everything which I mentioned during the last class. With that knowledge, we will move to today's lesson. Here also today also we are going to take some practical sessions, because programming is all about practical. So even though for examination the practical is not a matter, but as a student better to apply those instructions in computer, then only this will be in your mind forever. So let's move to the practical sessions. Right, in the last class we used write-ln, also we used write for showing the text messages on the screen. Hope you remember the differences between write-ln and write. Let me explain, or let me recall it very quickly. Write-ln puts the cursor after displaying the message. It puts the cursor in the new line, beginning of the new line. But the command write puts the cursor at the end of the particular line. So that is the main difference between write-ln and write. So to get this output, let me compile it. Is compile successful, and we have to run it. Go to the debug and output. Look here, welcome to PASCAL programming is in the first line, and programming is fun in the second line. Because in the first line we have write-ln, so that's why after displaying welcome to PASCAL programming, the cursor will be moved to the next line. So there we have programming is fun. So that's why we got outputs in two lines. Suppose if you use write in both occasions, so this is write and also this is write. If you use write in both, definitely both statements, so both text messages will be displayed in a single line, right? We discussed about these things in the last class, right? Today we will modify this program for the convenience of the users, because in this program as a user we all face some difficulties. For example, see, once the program runs, now we have run the program, but yes, output is found, but to see the output we have to go to the debug and then output. So it takes some time. We have to move to debug and we have to click on output. Spend some time. We have to spend some time. This is not the good idea, because in a programming, or when you write a programming, you are able to save your time. So but here we are wasting our time. Every time we have to click on the debug and output. So that may be one of the limitation in this program. We can solve that. Before that, I will show one more thing. So let's run the program again and go to the output screen. Now you see these two lines, the last two lines are obtained just before. But look at the others. we have many outputs. Look at them. Welcome to Pascal programming. Programming is fun. And also welcome to Pascal programming. Programming is fun. So whenever you run the program, your output is on the screen. So even though I wanted to see my last output, the previous outputs also displayed on the screen. That makes the user trouble, because when you have so many outputs on the screen, sometimes it is very difficult to see and pick your final output. So we have to remove the previous outputs too. That is also one of the things needs to be modified or needs to be cleared. So let's see how to solve them. First of all, I will show you how to go to the output screen directly, right? It's very simple. Once you finished your program, go to this line before end. Go to this line and add the command read ln semicolon. Read ln semicolon. Now just compile and make sure that your program is successful. Your program is error free. Yes, now the program has been compiled. And run the program. Let's run the program. Now see, we are able to go to the output screen directly. I didn't click on the debug and output. Straight away we are on the output screen. Look at them. Welcome to Pascal programming. Programming is fun. Even to go to your code window, that code window means the blue color screen. For going to the blue color screen, you don't need to click anywhere. Just press your enter key. Press your enter key once. So when you press your enter key, you can be able to back to your coding window, which means on the blue color window. So see here, read ln. When you run the program, it takes you to the output screen directly. At the same time, when a user presses the enter key, it takes the user to the code window again. So that is good, because it saves our time at this moment. Earlier we wasted our time. Now we are able to save our time. This is one idea, read ln. Even though it is not important, it is not must. If you add here, you will get some benefits, right? The other one, the previous output. See, you can see the outputs. All the outputs are produced. So we are able to remove all the outputs except the current output. All the previous outputs must be deleted. To do that, we need to add a command after begin. Once you started the begin, immediately you have to add a particular command, that is clear screen. Clear screen. In short, we used to write that as CLR SCR, right? Clear screen, but as a command it is written as CLR SCR. So what happens? This clear screen will clear the previous outputs. So let's compile. So now here, when you compile, the compile failed. Very first time our compile failed. So which means the program which we wrote are not converted into binary or into binary values successfully. There may be some problems. This may be the problem, because before we add this line, program worked fine, but after adding this line only, we have such issue. So we know that the problem is in this line, but the command is right. It is correctly written and there is no spelling mistake at all. But the problem, we have a problem, because in Pascal we have libraries which have words collection. Library is a collection of words. This particular clear screen, it's a command or it's a word. This word is in a library called CRT. CRT. That CRT library has this word. If you don't mention the library name, computer doesn't know where this word available and the meaning of this word, and when computer doesn't understand the meaning of this word, it immediately shows error messages. So if you want to add this word clear screen, definitely you have to mention the dictionary name before you start your program. So before begin, on top of begin, you have to write uses CRT. Uses, there is a space CRT. The meaning of this line is CRT library is used. So when your computer reads this line, it understands that CRT library is used in the program. So when it knows that it is CRT, definitely it goes to the CRT and understands the meaning of CLR SCR. But if you miss this line, it doesn't know the meaning because there is no library mentioned. So computer confuses and it doesn't know the meaning of it. So straight away your compile failed. But if you add this line on the top, it knows that it is CRT dictionary, and when it is mentioned, computer goes to the CRT and finds the meaning CLR SCR. Right? So let's see the output. First of all, we have to compile. So here compile successful and then run the program. Look here, the previous outputs, all the previous outputs are vanished, all of them are erased, all of them are cleared. You have only the current output. To get your code window, just press the enter key, you will have your code window. So don't memorize anything. This is the idea. To clear the output, previous outputs, this is the command CLR SCR. But we write this CLR SCR along with user CRT because this particular command is found in a library called CRT. So if you miss this line, computer doesn't know the meaning of this word. So when you use this line, computer goes to the CRT library and understands the meaning of CLR SCR. Right? So this is another thing to be remembered. Even though it is not compulsory, if you use, you will get some benefits. Your previous outputs are cleared. The one final thing is, look here, you have written your program, but whoever who sees your program doesn't know the exact problem which is solved here. See, this is very simple program and we have only few lines. But think about some big programs. You may have program with hundreds of lines. So in such cases, whenever people see your program, they do not understand the real problem which is solved inside of your program, because to understand your program they have to go through the lines, but it takes time. So better you may give a particular word which reflects your program at the top. So I may move here and give a program name on the top. Then only the users, whoever sees your program, can easily understand. So look here, I have to insert a command called program. Along with the word program, you have to give a program name. You may give any name, even X, Y, anything is possible, but always give a meaningful name. Meaningful name means that name should reflect your program. For example, if I am writing the program for addition of two numbers, I may give addition or addition of two numbers. Suppose if my program is written for finding the area of a circle, I can write area or area of a circle. Right? So that may be the meaningful way to give the names. So since my program is only for showing the outputs to text messages, I can show something like greetings or greeting and semicolon. Look again, you must write a word program, You cannot make any changes here. It's a word from American English, program. I'll leave a space, and this is up to you, right? You can decide the word, but there may be some rules to be applied when you give the name. But later I will explain some of the rules, and not now. For the moment, they are not important. Just give an English word, right? You may give anything. If it is addition of two numbers, addition. If it is area of a circle, area, circle. But since my program is for showing two outputs, I have written greeting, right? Then semicolon. Again compile and see that now also compile successful. Computer understands my new line and go to run. Now look at them. You got your output, only the current output. The previous outputs are erased. To get back to your code window, just press the enter key. Now you are here. Okay. So today we learned three things. First of all, this one I have introduced this readln. Readln allows a user to go to the output screen directly. At the same time, it allows us to go to the code window from output screen directly. That is the reason why we have readln. CLR SCR is for clearing the previous outputs, but not CLR SCR doesn't work without user CRT. The reason is the clear screen, the word is found in a library called CRT. Pascal may have many libraries, but this CRT is found in this library, right? For some words, even for write-ln and write, the dictionaries are not mentioned. There is no need. But for the words which are in CRT, you have to mention. So use a CRT. That is our second point, new point. The last one, on the top, it would be better to give a program name along with the word program. So this is a word program and then a program name, but always give a meaningful program name. Whoever sees your program must understand by looking at the program name. So better give a meaningful program name and semicolon, right? So now your program becomes very meaningful. At the same time, users are able to get the outputs very quickly. So this becomes as a very user-friendly program, right? So you may use such ideas in the upcoming programs too. For today, these are enough. We have introduced only few commands today. So you may practice if you have computers at home. Otherwise, just watch this video and understand the things. We will take the other things later. So that's it for today. Thank you for watching.